Hello. It's about Christmas Eve. It's about Christmas Eve, and I am basically just chilling by myself. It's about Christmas Eve. I'm basically chilling by myself. Um, I normally don't see family. I normally don't see family for the holidays. I normally don't see family for the holidays. I normally don't get together with my family or nothing. But my mother and her friend are coming up Thursday right after Christmas to help me pay for some glasses, help me pay for some eyeglasses and stuff like that, and then maybe take me out to Chinese and just, take care of a couple small things before they go home. But they're gonna come up and help me take care of my glasses and a couple other small things, and then go home. But they are hopefully coming up Thursday. Granted the weather is good and stuff like that. They're gonna hopefully come up Thursday and everything's gonna be all right. Um, but yeah, you know. I learned a lot this year. I want to just break into it now. Is that I learned a lot this year. I learned a lot about the DEI, equity and inclusion and whatever the fuck it's called, and how I really kind of feel how that kind of really kind of partakes in being kind of racist towards white people and being racist and how being racist is towards white people, for directly, whatever the fuck it's called. Basically it's a bunch of stuff from the left. Basically it's a bunch of stuff from the left, the political left, that really is pushing an agenda towards certain things and etc. And making a big excuse that white people are necessarily the racist ones or they're necessarily the devil, when racism can be brought out and be taught by each individual person. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. Racism can be brought out by each and every individual person. Um but I am by myself this holiday season, stumbling over my words a little bit here, trying to figure out what to say and how to say it. But um so my mom's coming up. She's gonna help me pay for glasses. It's the holidays. It's officially the holidays. It's officially the time to just do what I need to do and chill. Um, but yeah. Honestly, there's not much going on. There's not much going on. I took a nap until 5 o'clock this afternoon. It's about almost 7 o'clock now. I still gotta put my little mini deep dish pizzas in the oven so I can have my deep dish pizzas for dinner tonight. But I'm just by myself. I'm by myself, and I'm kind of just hanging out in the quiet of my home. I don't know if I'll put a movie on or read a book or what I want to do. I mean, part of me wants to be active and be around people, but it's like not going to happen until Thursday. So I got another 24 to 48 hours where I'm not going to be around people and etc. Especially because we've had issues in the building where our elevators didn't work. Our elevators are not working, or at least one worked and then one would crash and then they both wouldn't work and etc. And the elevator people have been here multiple times trying to fix and trying to work on the elevators and stuff for people to be safe and etc. Um so the elevators are not working in my building properly. So if worst comes to worst and need be, you gotta take like however many flights of stairs up and down to your apartment. But yeah, I'm doing the best I can. I'm just chilling at this point. There really isn't much happening. I do got to do a December. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to come back online and do a December's book haul video, do a December's book and movie and etc. haul video, so I can show everything I got in December for my book haul and just that. And I think that's something I will do because now that I think of it, gives me a good opportunity to be able to have something to do December's book haul. There's so much going on in December, and I got blessed with a bunch of different opportunities to get a couple different things here and there for many different things. It wasn't just a book haul; it was other things as well, and etc. That for my, because my birthday and Christmas are not, in December as well. So I was blessed with a bunch of different things to, get a couple different things to really enjoy and really, be, positively happy about. So, um, you know. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a good portion of my what was supposed to be my artistic career, and good portion of a lot of friends, because a lot of people that were pushing my artistic career and a lot of people that were supporting my artistic career, a lot of them believed in the DEI, the dialectical and occlusion, or whatever the fuck it's called, and the political woke agendas that are very racist and etc. So I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of people who were supporting my artistic career and etc. because of the fact that I would not support, certain teachings and how people should basically just people should basically simply just treat each other. If we don't know how to treat each other and not be racist, then there's a problem. But this whole thing about DEI, it's becoming an issue where it is racist, and it's showing reverse racism, and it's just not good. But apparently I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of people because I won't stand for, I won't stand for certain things when it comes to the DEI, or the teachings of that the pro black left is trying to teach and put onto society and make the white community feel. So, um, but I'm at the point now where I'm just chilling at this point and doing what I got to do to just relax and chill and be happy. So, but I am. But I am. I'm by myself this holiday season. So I'm by myself this holiday season. I normally don't get. I normally. I mean, I have siblings. I have siblings, but my siblings are estranged. My father's estranged. My siblings are estranged. There are times where my mother's the only person I talk to in my actual family circle, but there are times in my family circle with my mother that my mother almost is going to end up estranged, because she goes about things or acts a certain way that becomes very toxic in her mental health, that becomes very toxic for mine. So she and myself have moments where we know it almost borderlines on her being estranged or her being out of my life as well. But I mean, in some cases, I almost think I couldn't count on her in a type of emergency and stuff. But thankfully, my mom's friend was able to say, "Oh, I can get your mom up here really quickly to pay for glasses and help you get glasses for the holiday season." So I can get my glasses before the end of the year, and I'll be able to afford my glasses and be able to get them and pretty much have them before the end of the year. So. Um, yeah, so I'm at the point now where I'm just chilling at this point and doing what I need to do, and trying to breathe, trying to do what I have to do. It's the end of the year. It's just about the end of the year. We're looking at like Christmas and then a couple days, and then we got New Year's. So I get paid. I get paid on the first. I get paid on the first and the third. So I'm assuming that my New Year's check might come early because the first is New Year's Day. So I might assume that my check might come a little earlier, maybe possibly Friday. I don't know, or possibly on New Year's Day. So I will be getting my first check and being able to pay my bills and etc., which I'm really excited about. But for the most part, I'm just chilling at this point, doing what I have to do and trying to breathe and um, just go about life. Just go about life and do what I got to do. Uh, there really isn't much going on. There really isn't much going on. I mean, I'm ending the year. I have some projects started. I have some projects started within mental health, within my mental health program, within mental health, and I wish my mental health program would realize that some of the programs started in mental health don't always suffice to what I lost. They say that eventually you'll get back everything you lost, and sometimes you'll get it back with greater, right? At least that's the story. Everything you lost, God will replace it one day, and He will replace it back with everything you lost with something greater. And I lost some pretty amount of very very good things and etc. because of like because of certain things, and because I didn't listen, and I was kind of caught up in my own feelings and etc. And obviously going towards somebody who believed in DEI, and me as a what do you call it? Not a psychological thing, but a physiological thing. Based off of their physiological things, and their ideologies. Based off of their ideologies, I kind of went towards somebody with the wrong ideologies, and I almost went towards somebody with the wrong ideologies a couple times. And I'm thankful I kind of learned my lesson, and I realized that these people with these that believe these slightly different ideologies, that they don't believe what I believe, and what. And I've also asked myself, what do I believe? What do I believe? If I had to choose something of what I believed in, what do I believe? Do I really believe in this whole stuff about being pushed for the ideologies of the wokeism and etc., or do I believe something totally different? And the truth is, I believe something totally different. I mean, I like black women, I like the black community, I like soul food, I like Latin American food, but um the push of the left is not something I truly believe in, and the push for all this stuff onto America and onto the white generation to make them feel like they have to embrace this trauma that was put on the black community because their ancestors did something wrong to the black community, and and all this stuff that really is just like reverse racism is not really good. So but the ideology thing needs to change. But I did. I lost publishing deals. I mean, everybody knows. I said it earlier in the year because I did. I lost publishing deals, and then I spent the last couple of months asking myself afterwards, like, what, because it happened so early in the month. It happened like the spring, the middle of the summer, that I asked myself, afterwards, like, what do I believe in? What do I believe in? Which direction do I want to go, and how do I want to go about it? So apparently, the only thing I could really say to myself, and the only thing I could really honestly say, is that I don't believe in these things anymore. I don't believe what's being preached. I don't believe what's being taught, and I need to kind of go a different route. And what do I truly believe in? And truthfully, I don't. I mean, I believe that everybody should be treated with respect, and a lot of people should be equal, although not everybody is seen as equal. But some people should be seen as equal. And then some people's effort also makes them not equal. There's a thing about like how much effort somebody makes and how much strive that they have and etc. towards their goals and etc. That kind of makes people equal or not equal depending on the situation and their values and their goals and how far they've gotten off track and etc. Some people would say the same thing about me, but I think a lot of the stuff that was pushing me back in the day too was this whole desire for being with a black woman, but also kind of going about it in all the wrong ways, especially being attached to DEI and all the leftist woke agendas and things that were being pushed onto society that I was embracing and trying to embrace long before Black Lives Matter and etc. became an issue because of George Floyd. I was already buying books that people now say were culturally inappropriate or very are very wrong or culturally inappropriate to buy or to really invest in. So I don't buy or buy those things or and partake in those things as much as I used to anymore. Um, I mean, I believe as a white person, I should embrace being white. Embrace my culture of being white. I mean, I'm a mutt, so as a mutt, I'm mixed. I'm mixed, but there's a lot of white heritage. There's a lot of European heritage in my situation. I mean, I'm not like pro. I'm not like pro. I don't say pro black, but I'm not necessarily like enough percentage of being black or being of a nationality that really makes me into like a person of color or a person that is of black or a Hispanic community. But there is a dash, or there's a percentage or a little bit of a dash of Latin American and etc. in my makeup of my nationalities that I am mixed with, that actually makes me, it actually gives me a little bit of Latin American heritage in my bloodline. So, um, but I am still white, and a lot of people see me as a white person. They see, and these days too, with all the things that are being pushed on the left and etc. To some people, and especially to the younger generation, because the younger generation wants to be support the left and all this Black Lives Matter stuff and all this socialism and wokeism and stuff, not realizing how it's hurting America, the country. That um, some of them are being taught that being white is the devil, or being white is not the most attractive operative, or the most attractive thing to be. So a lot of people now are stereotyping black men. A lot of people are stereotyping black men, or for the first time ever stereotyping black men, and trying to make black men kind of be more of the center of attention. And because they're stereotyping black men and putting all this emphasis on black men, and the younger generations kind of believing the leftist wokeism bullshit and stuff like that black men are being stereotyped and etc. And then they're mating with different women and stuff, and the population's growing. And then the way that the population is growing too is that we are having a lot of mixed generational kids, whether it's with white, whether it's the white men mixing with black women, or black men mixing with white women. That we're having a lot of mixed generational kids, or a lot of black kids and out in the world right now. And I know that's true. I know that very well is true. And some of that has to do, I think, and I believe so, with the racial stereotyping that is actually being pushed onto society and etc., especially because of the wokeism and the wokeism agendas of how society is being made to feel and stuff, when it comes to like DEI and all the stuff that's being pushed, about skin color and stuff. So I mean, I've always just thought, black men and black women were attractive. I always thought they were attractive. I always thought, people who are, Latin American or Hispanic were attractive too. So I've always thought that, I'm not gonna sit there and lie. I mean, I've always thought that about my situation. But um, I mean, since I was a child, since I was like 10 years old or something, I've always thought they were attractive. But the ways which I've gone about it and etc. I think a lot of things were very misleading and etc. And especially what I choose to involve myself in and etc. Especially as a white person and somebody who was supposed to be raised in conservative culture, and supposed to be about the conservative culture, and then kind of went and kind of forged his own path to try to believe in the liberal culture, and the democratic liberal culture, and get involved with that and try to say, oh, that's better for me because they support me being bi, or they support or they support these things that I think I'm about. But really, in the end of the day, when you grow up and you go through the last several years and realize you're not really about those things. It's not really about what you're about or what you're for. Then you tend to change, and then your views and things tend to change, and you're like, oh shit, I should have listened to my parents. That I probably should have been an upbringing for more of a conservative notion. But sometimes you gotta go about it the hard way. I mean, obviously there was no guarantee that I would actually be conservative. I mean, I obviously I grew up in a very conservative household, but that doesn't mean that I would be guaranteed conservative. That there was a guarantee that if I explored the situation, that I would end up maybe on I'd possibly end up on a different situation. But I didn't really end up on a different situation because I made a conscious choice of what I believed in, and what I felt I should be believed in. And some people say that's because what I was taught too. My parents, my parent, as I said before and multiple times, my parents are not perfect Christians. My parents are not perfect Christians. My mother's not a perfect Christian. My dad's not a perfect Christian. My siblings are not perfect Christians. If I was basing my fact that I believe in God and I believe in conservatism and I believe that that we should that America should be more based in God and etc. That if I was basing that more just on my parents and on my relationship with my parents, I probably would be screwed because they're not perfect. They're not perfect. The relationship's not perfect, and everything has its flaws. But um, I still choose to believe in God because that's what I believe in. I believe that I believe in God the Father and Jesus, Jesus' Son, and that Jesus is the reason for the season. Some people be like, no, Jesus is not the reason for the season, but obviously it all depends on what people feel. Some people have different beliefs and different, and different teachings of what they believe in with their culture and stuff, or where they are with the wokeism, or maybe not the wokeism. So, but yeah, Jesus is the reason for the season. If it wasn't for Jesus, we wouldn't have Christmas. At least that's how I feel. But yeah, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. Does my life totally reflect? Am I a perfect Christian? No, I never said I was a perfect Christian either. I'm not a perfect Christian either. But I mean, my life isn't like 100%. By the book in Christianity either. I mean, if I had to base everything about going to church and stuff, which I mean, for a while there, I was going to church and stuff too, but then I couldn't go to church, and because I couldn't go to church or be a part of the church, I mean, I ended up kind of on my own and kind of doing my own thing and kind of forging my own path, and I wasn't able to be a part of the church. I wasn't able to be a part of the situation where I was able to go to church or be able to partake in a church to where I could be able to be in the house of God and be able to be in His presence. So, but then again, you're always in God's presence. Whether you feel like whether you feel like you have to just be in the church just to be in God's presence, that's a total cop out because God is everywhere. God's presence is everywhere, and God is everywhere. Um, so His presence is everywhere, and because His presence is everywhere, um, that His presence is everywhere. That you can always count on Him, or you can always call on Him at a time of need, and all you have to do is pray about it. All you have to do is get on your knees and pray about it, and pray to God and say, God, this is what I feel. So, um, but yeah, at this point, I'm going through the motions. I'm going through the motions. I feel like I've kind of lost a lot of people that were round and center in my life. Supposed to be round and center in my career. I didn't agree. We didn't agree. I mean, obviously the wokeism happened, and there were relationship issues that happened, and a lot of third party people that happened, and third party people didn't agree with me. The publishers didn't agree with me. The publishers, wanted to go their separate ways. They wanted to do what they wanted to do. So, this year is going to end with like a lot of changes being made in conservatism and just different things when it comes to my mental health and my overall well-being. It's a lonely road, but it's more of a peaceful road because I don't have to like bend over backwards to try to do things and try to be a person, to be an entertainer, to show the world maybe something that I'm not, just to make a following or etc. At this point I could just be who I am and be who I want to be and not even give a fuck. So but anyways, I'm in therapy again too. I started therapy again, I started therapy again, I think last year or the year before I started therapy. So I'm in therapy again. So I'm doing therapy. They finally found me a therapist I'm working with, to really work with and talk about things. And Obviously, I'm just telling her a lot of the same old. I mean, not everything the same old stuff, but some of the stuff is the same old stuff that I can just harp on, or not even really harp on. I mean, at this point, maybe it's kind of harping because it's just like been told over and over and over again. But at this point, I just a lot of stuff that I like the last several years that I just have to keep telling people over and over and over again I've been through, and um, I do tell people no though. I do tell people though that I'm in a different place in therapy too, because as a new therapist in a new portion of my life, and being in a new portion of my life and a new chapter, I don't want to hold on to the old. I don't want to hold on to everything that's happened. But there's a lot of stuff that has happened in the past, and a lot of different things that have happened, and etc. That that really that really were really fucked up. They really were fucked up, and they really were not okay to really have to go through. So, um, people ask me, "Oh, are you going back to certain places? Are you going back to certain places? Do you want to go back to certain places? What do you want to do with your life? Why are you sitting around?" I'm sitting around for my own protection. I'm sitting around for my own protection because there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that I can be protected. Or protected from certain incidences of things happening that would be jeopardizing my safety or my health or etc. That there's no guarantee that I know that I wouldn't that I would be all right. Um, if I don't end up staying to myself or etc. and then trying to stay away from the people that obviously have already caused me bullshit and have already caused me issues, or I've already found myself in these shady situations and etc. So um time to just stay away from bullshit and shit. Um but at this point I'm just doing what I gotta do. Just the holidays, and I don't know what my goals are for the new year. I don't know what my goals are for the new year. I gotta come back on and do the December's do the December's book haul video. Um, and I don't know. I mean, at this point, I mean, I'll do that either today or tomorrow and decide what I want to do. But the year wasn't what I expected. The year wasn't what I expected, but it was a learning curve. It was a learning curve and a learning process, basically, that that the year kind of threw at me. A learning curve and a learning process of what I was doing wrong and why I was doing it wrong, and what I need to really do differently to be able to go forward, and etc. So the thing is too, though, with everything within the mental health fields and within different certain situations within workplaces and etc., a lot of people are supporting the DEI, and they're supporting the wokeism and the stuff like that, and certain people are supporting that and etc. I know certain people are waking up now and saying, no, we're not going to support it, we're not going to be a part of it, but other places and other people are supporting that type of thing, and they're supporting that type of lifestyle and stuff, and I think it's just doing more harm than good to people, and it's doing more harm than good to um society and stuff. And I just don't think I just don't think I'm going to be sticking around, or really going to be in too many agreeable situations going forward, if I'm going to have to get in arguments over DEI and how people treat me, and how people feel about their skin color or whatever else. So but anyways, I gotta get offline. I gotta get some more soda, and yeah, I gotta get some pizza in the oven because it's almost like 7 o'clock. I almost thought it was 8 o'clock, but yeah, I gotta get some more pizza. I gotta get some pizza in the oven, and I gotta get some soda, and yeah. So, but yeah, it's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas. I'm by myself. I got a roast. I got a pork roast. I got like two little small pork loin roasts to cook, and I got some mac and cheese. I got some collard greens. I got some instant mashed potatoes. I got stuffing, so I got all the stuff that I can cook. I haven't put my effort into cooking for the holiday just yet. I don't know if I will or not because I'm supposed to be I'm on Ozempic, so or was on Ozempic. So because of the Ozempic, I'm not cooking or eating as much. So I mean, when it comes to a big, holiday meal, it's only me for one, and I'm not cooking as a big holiday meal as I once planned to do because now upon taking the Ozempic, I'm not eating as much, or if I do try to eat a little more than usual, I get sick, or I start getting, stomach sick, or start, throwing up or something. So, um, but anyways, just wanted to say hello, just get that off my chest, the new year's coming. The new year's coming, and there's just time for goals and time for just getting the last minute goals and the last minute things in order to find out what the new year holds. And some of my goals for this past year are still going to carry over into the next year because I'm working on a couple of projects, or was trying to work on a couple of projects, which I'm trying to finish up when it comes to donating artwork and stuff. I'm still trying to donate artwork and stuff to certain people, organizations, and etc. That whoever would take some artwork, I'm still trying to donate artwork and stuff that um, still trying to get rid of it and donate and stuff. So, uh, that's gonna carry on into the next year. There's an arts thing. There's an arts thing for next year too. So there's an arts thing for like the mental health thing. So I got that going on. I mean, I was supposed to meet with them at the end of the month, towards the end of the month, right before right before the holiday, or right before New Year's. I'm supposed to meet with them if I can have the time, or etc. I mean, obviously it's a Tuesday and it's a Soul Cafe day on a Tuesday, so I don't know if I'm going to meet with them on a Tuesday or not because I'm gonna have to go over to Soul Cafe for lunch, and they want me at the meeting at 11:30, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go or not go. So especially with the elevators here and a bunch of other stuff going on. I don't know what's going to happen as far as me going to this meeting or not. So, um, but they got me doing projects and stuff I almost can't keep up with and etc. Barely keeping up with myself in some cases. I was supposed to have a bunch of recovery groups for my mental health recovery and stuff. I couldn't keep up with them because I had other personal things going on and other personal things I needed to get in order and other personal meetings I needed to get in order. And, then they want me for a couple other extra things I'm trying to do. So my schedule's been super packed to the point that certain things have not been able to really be met with or, come into fruition because nothing. Um, I just haven't had the time, or just doesn't have enough time to be able to honor it all. So, um, but yeah, hopefully next year will be better. So, peace.